we will be going through one interview question which is mostly asked in product based companies. So the question is, given an array of integers which are we are calling the array as a nums and an integer target, so you will be given a target value as well. So return true such that if two elements add up to a target, and you may not use the same element twice. So these are the constraint on the question. So you are having one input array, so you can see the nums array which is having 2, 7, 11 and 15 as the element and target as a 9. So suppose these are the inputs. So suppose this is the input array and this is the target value. You need to return true because it is possible to add two elements in it. 2 plus 7 becomes 9. Okay, so our task is to check whether or not are there two elements in the array which sums up to a target value. Okay, similar to this, you can see 3, 2, 4. In this, if you go through it, you will find 3 plus 4 becomes 7, so it is not target. 2 plus 4 is the answer, 6, so it means it exists, the target exists in the array. So we are able to find two elements which sums up to the target. In this example, so 3, 2, we are saying 7, so 7 is not possible. Even if you just add 3 plus 2, it will be 5, right? So it is not possible. So if you think about a brute force approach for doing this, so it will take order of n square time. Why? Because one for loop you will use from I equal to 0, I less than nums dot length, I plus plus. So you will be going through 0 to this length again, and you will be fixing one location and you will be checking other locations for the target. So you can see for int j is equal to 0, j not equal to I, and j less than nums dot length, j plus plus. So as we can see, like we should not select one element twice. So because of that we are saying j should not be equal to I. So suppose we have fixed this location, so again in outer for loop the same location should not be fixed. For that we are saying j not equal to I and j is less than nums dot length, j plus plus. So we are iterating with all the possible combination and we are checking whether or not if we fix this, suppose in the first iteration we fix this location, then whether or not if we add it with this becomes 9. Yes, it becomes, but if it does, then we are returning true. Okay, something like this. So this is the brute force approach which uses two for loop, and in the worst case it will be like two for loops iterating this. So if it is the length 5, so the number of operations will be 5 into 5, 25. 25 elements will be need to check. Sorry, 5 square, so 25 elements will need to be checked. So this is the order of n square time complexity. We want to reduce it to order of n if possible. How we can do that? So one of the approach will be to use hash set, because in the hash set we can search any elements in order of one type. So for doing that, what we can do, we are creating one hash set. Create a hash set of type integer. You all know that how to create the hash set. I can have separate video for this collections framework as well. Okay, so we created a set, we created a hash set. Okay, now we want to check whether or not the target is present in array or not. So we will be using only one for loop for doing that. So let's see how to do that. For int I equal to 0, I less than nums dot length, I plus plus. So now we are going through all the elements. So let's see. So what we will do, we'll check whether target minus nums of I. So what we will do, we will add, so our approach will be like, I'll show you what approach we will have in the comments. Let's see. So what we will do is we will start iterating all the nums element one by one. So first 6 minus 3. So what we will do, we'll check whether our set contains 6 minus 3 or not. So initially set will not have anything, set will be empty, and we will say whether 6 is available in hash set or not. Sorry, 6 the target minus the current element, first element, whether or not it is available on. So it means that we will be checking for 3 whether or not set contains 3, because the 3 is the remaining part, so it will be not possible, right? So again, so then what we will do, we'll add 3 to it, because now we know that 3 is possible in our nums, right? So 3 is possible. So again, we know that suppose target is 6, again we'll check 6 minus 2, target minus 6 minus 2, if it is there, so 2 will not be there in the hash set, so what we will do, we'll add 2 in it. Okay, again next time we will check 6 minus 4, which is 2. 2 is available in a hash set, yes it is available, it means that it is possible to add 2 elements, which gives you 6 as a target value. So the same approach we are using over here, so let's add it. So we'll check if set dot contains target minus nums of I, because searching in hash set is order of 1 only, so return true, else set dot add nums of I. Okay, and if it is not possible to return true, will return false. Okay, so this is whole logic for it. Create a hash set, then iterate all the elements and check whether or not set contains the target minus current value. If it contains, return true, else add that value to the hash set, because next time you can check whether or not the remaining part is available in the hash set or not, because searching in the hash set is order of 1 time. Hope you understood this question. Okay, so this is asked in, like, I have given interviews of Dassault System, Nagarro as well, so this question was asked over there. Okay, so this is very common question. Okay, so thank you everyone and have a nice